What if I told you? Some snakes don't need to bite to destroy you. One stare, just seconds, and your mind, your body, your fate, all change forever. Stay till the end, because the final fact will shatter everything you think you know. Inshallah. Number 10. The Death Hypnotist. Indian Vine Snake. In the dense jungles of India, where shadows dance even at noon, lives a snake so deceptive, you won't know you're in danger until it's too late. The Indian vine snake blends so perfectly with branches that your eyes think it's part of the tree, until the tree moves. Its long, slender body sways with the wind, luring your gaze. Brace yourself. Here's where it gets insane. When it stares into your eyes, it doesn't just look back. Witnesses say its pupils expand unnaturally, reflecting your own terrified face, almost like it's scanning you. Villagers believe this is no normal look. They claim the snake can freeze you in place, not through venom, but by tricking your brain into believing you can't move. Don't blink now, because the real danger comes after you break eye contact. Some who've locked eyes with it claim they experienced hallucinations for hours, hearing voices calling their name deep in the forest. Scientists dismiss this as psychological shock, but locals whisper of hunters who never returned. And here's the twist. One ancient tribal legend warns that if you see this snake's eyes in moonlight, your soul will wander before your body even falls to the ground. But how could a snake possibly do that? Well, that's nothing compared to what number 9 can do. Number 9. The Desert Mirage Maker, Horned Desert Viper. Imagine crossing an empty desert at dusk. The wind is still, the sand cool under your boots. And then you see it. A snake with horns above its eyes, half buried in the sand, staring straight at you. This is the horned desert viper, found in the Middle East and North Africa, and it has a trick that feels supernatural. Pay attention, because this twist is going to hit hard. Unlike most snakes, this one doesn't flee when it sees you. Instead, it locks eyes and begins to sway its head slowly. Travelers report feeling pulled toward it without realizing they're stepping into striking range. Some even describe seeing shimmering shapes, water, trees, people, right behind the snake. Scientists claim the effect is caused by heat distortion in the air mixed with the viper's movement, but locals believe it's the snake projecting mirages into your vision. And here's where it gets creepy. Ancient desert caravans had a rule. If you saw water where none should be, never look for the source, because the viper was waiting. But get ready for the sting. There's a centuries-old tale of a warrior who swore the viper's eyes showed him his dead brother standing alive in the sand. When he stepped closer, the only thing waiting was death. If that sounds like a desert myth, wait until you hear number 8. Number 8. The Shadow Follower, Mangrove Pit Viper. In the tangled mangroves of Southeast Asia, you're never truly alone, especially when this snake decides to follow you. The mangrove pit viper has heat-sensing pits that make it a deadly hunter in the dark, but it's the way it uses its eyes that terrifies even experienced locals. Heads up, you're about to hear something insane. People claim that once this viper spots you, it will follow from tree to tree, staying in your peripheral vision. You never see it move directly. It's just there, every time you glance sideways. And then, when you finally make direct eye contact, its pupils narrow into vertical slits so sharp they almost seem to cut into your mind. The real twist? Survivors describe an overwhelming urge to stop moving, as if something in their brain told them, "Don't run." That hesitation is all it needs. In 2012, a fisherman swore that after locking eyes with one, he woke up on the muddy shore hours later with no memory, but 2 perfect fang marks on his ankle. And here's the kicker. Biologists believe the snake's gaze might be connected to a defensive freezing reflex in humans, something buried deep in our evolution. If that's true, then the next snake might not just use instinct against you. It might use something much darker. Number 7. The Mind Mirror, Boomslang. In the sunlit forests of sub-Saharan Africa lives the boomslang, a snake with huge glassy eyes that reflect the world back at you. But when you stare into them, something unnerving happens. You stop seeing the forest. you see yourself. Get ready for a shock. Some who have encountered the boomslang say it's like the snake reads your fear, adjusting its body language accordingly. If you hesitate, it moves closer. If you step back, it follows in perfect rhythm, almost like a dance. But here's the truly terrifying part. Boomslang venom is slow-acting. You can be bitten and feel fine for hours, even a day, until your body starts bleeding internally. One chilling story from 1949 tells of a herpetologist who locked eyes with a boomslang while sketching it. The snake didn't strike immediately. It stared for nearly a full minute before sliding forward in silence. Hours later, the man collapsed, his organs failing, without ever realizing he'd been bitten. The twist? Some experts think the boomslang's prolonged stare distracts its prey, letting the bite go unnoticed until it's too late. If you think that's bad, number 6 will make you question reality itself. Number 6. The Dream Stealer, Banded Crate. This snake's black and yellow bands are warning enough. But the banded crate's real weapon isn't just its venom. Found across South and Southeast Asia, it's known to approach sleeping humans at night. Brace yourself for this. Villagers believe that if a banded crate stares at you while you sleep, it can steal your breath, leaving you trapped in a nightmare you can't wake from. And here's where it gets even more unsettling. Some cases of sudden nighttime paralysis in rural areas are blamed on this very snake. In 2008, a farmer reported waking up unable to move, his eyes locked on a banded crate coiled inches from his face. He swears he heard whispers, in his own voice, telling him not to breathe. When he finally could move, the snake was gone, but he had a puncture mark on his leg. The twist? Some scientists suspect mild venom exposure combined with sleep paralysis could explain the experience. But that doesn't explain why survivors report seeing the snake in their dreams before they open their eyes in real life. And if you think a snake haunting your dreams is bad, wait until we hit number 5. Number 5. The Time Stopper, King Cobra. Deep in the rainforests of India and Southeast Asia, the king cobra doesn't need speed to kill. It can kill you before it even moves. How? By making you forget that you're supposed to run. Hold your breath. Here comes the shock. Eyewitnesses say that when a king cobra locks its massive golden eyes on you, time itself feels slower. Its unblinking stare forces your heartbeat to thunder in your ears. Some people lose all sense of distance, swearing the cobra seemed far away 1 second, and right in front of them the next. The strange part? The king cobra often raises its body to meet your eyes, towering high enough that it's like staring at a person. Soldiers in the Burmese jungle once reported that a cobra stared down a patrol for the PLTTWU over 10 minutes, holding them in place until it finally slid away. But here's the terrifying twist. Cobras can sense your fear by reading your body heat and heartbeat through subtle vibrations. That means it isn't just watching you, it's feeling you panic. Number 4. The Phantom Gaze, Eyelash Viper. In the lush canopies of Central and South America hides the eyelash viper, a beautiful killer with strange horn-like scales above its eyes. But its gaze is where the horror begins. Listen carefully, because this is not just a jungle story. Some locals swear the viper's stare causes a phantom death. You feel as though you've been bitten, even when you haven't. Your body tingles, your breath shortens, and panic convinces your heart to race out of control. One chilling case tells of a guide in Costa Rica who looked into an eyelash viper's eyes while clearing a trail. He felt a burning pain in his leg, but when medics checked, there was no wound. He died of cardiac arrest before reaching the hospital. No venom, no bite, just fear. Get ready, here's the twist. Some researchers think the viper's sudden, motionless stare in close proximity can trigger an extreme fight-or-flight overload in the brain, shutting down the heart. If fear can kill without venom, number 3 might prove that the eyes themselves can strike. Number 3. The Soul Piercer, Black Mamba. There's a reason the black mamba is one of the most feared snakes on Earth. And it's not just its lightning-fast strike. Its stare is like looking into a void. Don't look away now. I'm about to drop something insane. Survivors of black mamba encounters report that the moment they locked eyes, the world around them dimmed. No sounds, no wind, just silence and two black pits staring back. Then, the snake moved. And the next memory they had was lying on the ground, their body numb. A 1987 incident in South Africa tells of a farmer who claimed the mamba's eyes pulled the life out of him. Medical reports showed that his blood pressure dropped dangerously low even before he was bitten. The twist? Mamba venom attacks the nervous system almost instantly, but what terrifies scientists is the idea that the fear and shock triggered by that stare could weaken a person's body before the venom even hits. But if that's possible, number 2 could be even worse. Number 2. The memory eraser. Russell's viper. Southeast Asia's Russell's viper is already feared for its deadly bite. But the eyes are another story entirely. Stay with me. This gets darker than you think. Victims report that after locking eyes with the viper, they can't remember how they got bitten. Some say they remember standing still, staring, and then waking up in a hospital. In 2010, a wildlife officer investigating a viper sighting claimed he met its gaze and lost several minutes of his life. No sound, no movement, just a blank void in memory. Doctors suspect that intense fear mixed with adrenaline overload can cause short-term amnesia. But here's the terrifying part. These episodes happen most when the snake chooses not to strike immediately. Almost like it enjoys watching you lose time. And now, we reach number 1. The snake whose eyes hide something so disturbing that when you hear it, it will change how you see every living creature forever. Number 1. The death dreamer. Gaboon viper. The gaboon viper is huge, slow-moving and camouflaged to vanish in African leaf litter. You'd think that makes it less dangerous. But its eyes are something else entirely. Brace yourself. This is the fact I warned you about. Locals believe the gaboon viper can place you in a waking dream. People claim that after staring into its calm golden eyes, they drift into a strange state. Their vision blurs, they hear distant voices, and then reality itself starts to dissolve. A man in Cameroon once told researchers he stared at a gaboon viper for just a few seconds. In that time, he swears he lived an entire day in a village he didn't recognize, spoke with people he'd never met, and then woke up to find the snake still there, unmoving. Moments later, it struck. Here's the shocking truth. The gaboon viper's strike is the fastest of any large viper, delivering more venom in one bite than any snake on Earth. But scientists have no explanation for the bizarre dreamlike states reported before the strike. Is it a coincidence? Hallucination? Or something we don't yet understand about the way predators can manipulate prey? And here's the ultimate twist to leave your viewers shaken. Some snake biologists have privately admitted they refuse to meet a gaboon viper's gaze in the wild. Not because they fear the bite, but because they fear losing control of their own mind. Allah Hafiz Fayamanullah.